surveillance rota for the fell. The only one I'm worried about is Seth. 6 o'clock in the morning.
Well, if you can get him out of that hour, you'll be doing better than Ellen Turner.
Well, someone's got to do it, love.
Well, I suppose so. You've got a few gaps, haven't you?
Oh, we'll get volunteers, don't you worry.
All right, here's your very man. He reckons he's always up at 4 in the morning anyway.
Now, you can forget your surveillance rota, Dolly. They've very kindly written to me telling me when they're coming. We would appreciate your cooperation in removing your livestock from the area indicated on the enclosed map within 2 days.
What is that, Jack?
It's a notice to quit.
What are we going to do?
No, we've beaten them to it. We've already got our sheep off the fell.
Well, I think it's time we took them back again.
Morning, Henry.
Morning, Alan. I didn't expect to see anyone else up here as early as this.
Well, dragged from a bed in the early hours of the morning to help with the milking, because Seth failed to show up.
By the afternoon, you won't be able to keep your eyes open, eh?
It's marvellous up here in the early mornings, isn't it? You sometimes forget how you enjoy all this.
I don't.
I wonder how much we'll enjoy it afterwards.
We're going to win, Alan. There won't be an afterwards. Not there afterwards.
I've had 5 good years here, Henry. I can't see myself going anywhere else, or wanting to. If Beckendale isn't my home, I don't think I've got one.
You know, Alan, when I first came here, I made a lot of enemies. I sold up the works in Bradford, paid good money for a pretty view. I was going to lord it over everybody for the last few years of my life. Didn't take long for this place to straighten me out. This place and the people in it.
Morning, Phil.
Hello, Joe.
Oh, that's it, I see. I've just come by to say,
Oh, don't worry about it. I was probably wasting my time chasing work with George Conway anyway. He's a bit of a cowboy.
still, might have meant some work, though, hey?
So nothing going at any other NY estates?
Any contracting work is down to the estate managers.
Have you got no influence? I thought you were their boss.
Well, I can have a word with a few people, but can't promise out, though.
After this week, you're joking. I'll build a chicken house, anything. I need to find $3,000 by Friday.
Sandie realises the fix you're in.
Hard ones first, eh?
Yeah. Well, I wasn't stopping.
Try, Joe.
Come for a few tips then, have you?
What for? How to call yous for a sale? Oh, I'm happy to say I don't need tips like that.
Oh, lucky for some then.
Oh, if it's lucky to be left with sheep that you might not be able to sell at all one day.
Oh, well, I'd swap places with you.
Have you been told to bring yours down off the fell?
I will bring them down tomorrow.
What do you reckon?
Well, I don't know. You've already brought yours down, haven't you?
Anyone can make a mistake. They're going back up tomorrow.
Eh?
If they have to make us bring them down, they'll have to take us to court. And that'll be the first bit of decent publicity we've had. I don't expect much support from Joe, so I thought I'd sound you out first.
Well, I'll talk to him. This Jack's idea.
Mm-hmm. Don't bother to tell Joe that.
No chance.
It's a chance to step up the campaign, Henry. We've obviously not been that successful so far.
Yeah, well, there hasn't been much in the papers yet.
You want to try telling Ellen Turner that?
Aye. And that was preaching to the converted. I mean, I shouldn't think there are many in the Houghton area who are keen on the idea of a dump round here. So what good is a bit of publicity in a local paper going to do? It's television and the national papers we want.
This is Charlie.
Hello, Charlie. Come on. Don't ask.
So what do you think?
Well, you're right. We tried talking. We'll try again. Right now, what we need is something to make them sit up and listen. Eh?
Now then, Archie. So you found yourself some new lodgings.
That's a good place, is this?
Well, you didn't have to leave Emmerdale, you know.
That's all right. Been made very welcome here. Right, I'm just going to nip out and get some more stuff, Emily. Cheers.
Hey, Moss. What for all that stuff?
I've said he can stop another night.
All that extra stuff for one more night?
Oh, apparently he rescued that from his mother's dustbin. It was her boyfriend's bourgeois possessivism again, I understand.
Come in. Look, Jock. If it's Alan you want, he's over at Ridge.
Aye, I know. No, it was you was one. It's about the sheep on the fill.
Oh, aye?
Well, I've been talking to a few people and we want them to stay.
It's not me that says they've got to be moved. Got no choice.
That's why we want them to stay.
Come sit down, Jock. I'm not quite with you.
Look, they're trying it on, Joe. Seeing how far they can push us and how easy. If we move the sheep off the fell because they've told us to, well, they'll know they're home and dry with that dump.
So you want us to leave the sheep where they are?
Well, maybe no more than a gesture, but it's something that'll give us back a wee bit of pride.
What if I say no? That they've got to be moved off the fell?
I can be a wee bit of hard of hearing when I want to be.
And head office?
You'll think of something to tell them, Joe. You're good at that.
Hello.
Hi.
All right.
Not really, no. And forget about buying this place. I haven't got the money.
What?
I haven't got the money.
Why? What's happened?
Oh, what usually happens to money? I've spent it. If you want to know what on, bills here, bills there, money for Leslie and Diane, trips to Brighton, nothing very interesting.
You told me you had that money. You told me yesterday.
I said I could get it. I thought I could. I had it promised to me.
You told me there was no problem. It was just a lie, wasn't it?
No, it wasn't.
Well, what was it then? You told me you had the money for the mortgage and you didn't.
What is this, the money for the mortgage? I said I had some money in my bank account. I was expecting to get some more money. Now, I didn't. That might make me unlucky or stupid, I don't know, but it doesn't make me a liar.
I don't understand this. I've got money put away for the mortgage. That's what makes it the money for the mortgage. Well, isn't that how it works? I ask you if you've got the money. You say yes, I believe you.
Yeah, we all know how you like organising money. Counting it, doing the books. Why are we bothering to fight about this? It's only money. We'll get this place, we'll just have to wait.
Why couldn't you tell me all this 2 weeks ago or whenever it was you found out you didn't have it? Was it really because money's so unimportant that you didn't want to waste my time? I mean, we're supposed to be buying this house together. I thought that was important.
Don't lecture me.
I'm trying to talk to you. Something we haven't done for some time.
Well, then can't we talk about something else? All right, I screwed it up. I'm sorry. End of story. And aren't there more interesting things than the mortgage and NY estates? What happened to everything else? Every night, Sam, you're stuck at this table. Doing what? You never leave that office, do you?
I've been here an hour. Where have you been?
Oh, I'll tell you what I've been doing, shall I? I've been on my bended knee begging for work. I spent all day on the phone today, yesterday and the day before doing exactly the same. I don't want to come home to all this.
There'd have been no need to come home to all this if you hadn't lied to me. It's just typical of you, isn't it? Running away from a problem.
Oh, thank you, Leslie.
Pardon?
Well, I have heard all this before, you know. You can't resist it, can you? Correcting me. What I do with my money, whether I'm running away from problems. What problems am I running away from?
I thought buying this house was more than just a big idea we were going to sit around talking about. I never expected it to be easy, but I didn't expect you to make it this hard.
I won't even bother to ask what that means.
Why couldn't you tell me you didn't have the money? Phil?
Shepherd and his flock upon the fell. It's a good image. At least that'll show them what we're fighting for.
Yeah. Well, when do you reckon they're going to start work then?
Well, they want our sheep off the fell by the end of this week, so I suppose they'll move on next week.
And then what do we do? Well, what we need to do is get as many people as we can on the site when they turn up. That's all. Just make it impossible for them to start work.
On earth? Not having that.
Hey, Henry, do I get a reduction in price for not being able to hear me sentry?
No! 78 pence.
That's better. I can hear myself think.
Just a second.
Hey, come on, Seth. Squeeze that into your glass. Must be at least half a pint there.
Now then, Seth. Another pint, I believe, wasn't it? On Amos.
What stinks of beer.
Calls tonight, Miss Merrick.
Look, it was my fault and I've said I'm sorry.
It weren't, lad. Don't start saying things like that. You'll only take advantage.
Seth, I need you pronto.
Oh, no, Mr. Turner. If you're in chair, I'll have another pint.
Ah, Joe, thank you. Oh, Alan. There are about 40 NY sheep wandering about all over the main road to Hotton. God knows how they got there. Jock's nowhere to be found.
Well, I'll give you a hand. Phil, you know, only half an hour.
Sure. Right.
I know where he is. I watched him go. Had a little tiff, did you?
Did you? You know, this is very stupid.
I've been waiting for a chance to get you on your own. Not that that's been very easy. Constantly surrounded by admiring friends and lovers, aren't you? Oh, Sandie, congratulations. Jolly well done. Aren't you good? Aren't you clever? Or do you feel clever now, do you?
Boo! Do you think this is very clever?
You know what it's like to be frightened, eh? That's one thing you've never been in your life, isn't it? Scared. In a bit of a jam.
going to do, eh? You don't know, do you?
Do you?
Bloody think I don't, girl, because I'm that close for doing it right now. You're going to listen to me. You're going to sit there until I've finished. You took my job away.
I know.
Shut up! You knew what would happen. Did you come to me? Oh, no. No friendly word on the quiet, no second chances. All you could think of was getting me out. The fastest way to my office and to hell with me.
That's not how
That's
it was.
exactly how it was. What do you think you've left me with? What have I got? Do you know how old I am? I'm 42. 42 and on the heap. You take that into account, did you, when you ran to Joe? I'm obsolete now, and you owe me for what you've taken away, you selfish little bitch!
Is that them all?
Yeah, I think so. I better check them over. They frighten themselves silly tonight. It's just the thing for a bunch of pregnant youths.
I will give you a hand.
Yeah, would you? Be a great help.
Not at all. By the time I got my hands dirty again.
It's the sign of the times, Joe. Something we're going to have to get used to.
I had things going for me, I had. I didn't need to do what you did to get where I am. Was. Stabbing people in the back.
Why don't I take you home?
I can see you in 30 years' time, my girl. Nowhere. One of those bitter, dried-up old women you meet in these god-awful places like Houghton. All washed up. And you sacrifice everything. Colleagues, they're first. Friends, marriage, kids, they don't get a look in. And it's all too bloody late when you find out you're a nobody. You're nothing.
I'll get my keys.
You stay where you are. I feel sorry for you. You really believe there's a point to everything, don't you? Well, I've got news for you. And this place, the happy home, that won't last, not with him. You know what they say about Phil Pierce? There are two sides to him. Smiling and smiling a bit more. Inside that bland exterior. I can't be surprised his wife was so glad to see the back of him. Empty kettles, empty dreams. All he's really interested in is himself. How sad.
Come on, I'm taking you home.
I'm sorry. I've been unfair, inconsiderate, irresponsible. I'll make it up to you, I promise you.
All right, Phil.
We'll get this place, Sandy. I'll talk to Joe. You're right. I didn't want to face you with the problems. I didn't want to disappoint you. I should have been more honest, I know. Let's not fight anymore, eh?
Okay.
Should we call it a day? I'll lock up. I'd have been back earlier, only some of Alan Turner's sheep got out. Goodness only knows what I was doing trying to round up sheep at this time of night. Where did you go?
Out for a drive.
I'll put the blanket on, shall I?
I'll be up in a minute.